beautiful red dress. And then if I say ma, ba, da, India looks beautiful. Suppose India looks beautiful. Now, students, if I ask you what is the code of rose here, will you be able to find out? Rose. Two questions here, interesting questions. First, what is the code for rose? Second, what is the code for beautiful? Sorry, what is the code for dress? What is the code for dress? Now, let me just discuss this extensively. You will understand thereafter. Please look at the commonality. आपने ये देखना है कि इन सभी के बीच common क्या है. For example, what is common between the first and the second statement? Red. Red. What is common here? Ga. Now, if you see, ga is the first word and it is equivalent for red. Ga is second, but here it is third. Now, what is common here? Beautiful. Beautiful. Here also beautiful. What is common here? Ma. So, students, what you notice is that the equivalent for dress is sa. Equivalent for dress is sa. However, when it comes to rose, answer will be cannot be determined. Or if the option says either la or pa, please understand, because la and pa, one is for is and one is for rose, because there are no statement which has common. So till the time you identify the commonality, till the time you are able to identify the overlap, you cannot possibly look at this as the answer. So rose cannot be necessarily pa. Those of you said rose is pa, I can say is pa. How will you count to that? So either la or pa, or cannot be determined, or cannot be determined. So both the options is possible. However, students, in case of dress, it's very clear because I got a code for beautiful. Another code for red, which is ga. Have you understood, students? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. आपसे मुकाबला करना मुश्किल ही नहीं नामुमकिन है. मैंने कल आपसे बताया था, मेरे अपने तजुर्बे में आई ओनली कम अक्रॉस टू कैटेगरीज ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स. एक अच्छे, दूसरे बहुत अच्छे. साक्षी, I would request all of you, when you speak, unmute yourself and speak, and then keep yourself on mute mode, because you never realize if you know what is how the others are experiencing my. Okay, let's look at this particular example, students. TCP means drink fruit juice. C li is juice is sweet. So the common part between the first statement and the second statement is juice. And what is common between the first and the second? S double E. So equivalent code for juice is S double E. Similarly, the common part between the second and the third statements happens to be is, I, as, S. So the common between the second and the third is L double E. So is Lee. So if is Lee and juice is S double E, juice is over. So what is the code for sweet? Sweet will be K double E. But obvious. Yes, Parul, you're absolutely correct. Mahendra, you are correct. Now mixed number coding, easy. So you can have numbers instead of uh, codes. So coding can happen as alphabets, it can happen as numericals, numericals coded as numericals, alphabet coded as alphabets, and alphabets coded as numericals, and numericals coded as alphabets. Words coded as numbers, anything is possible. Same logic applies here. Good sweet fruit, good red rose. So good is 8. Good is 8. Fruit, common between the second and the third. No, common between first and third. Fruit, 1. So what is the common fruit for sweets? Fruit will obviously 5. Now decoding. Decoding is just reverse. Same thing. Whatever is written as this, what will be written as this? One and the same thing. Your code is, so you go back. So E F K L. So G H N O. So you get house. So it's not a, so house is written like this. So that's called decoding. That's why the topic is coding and decoding. It is nothing but one and the same thing. So it's absolutely correct. Let's move on. Symbols. Again, you can use symbols. Any symbol instead of numbers or alphabet. I don't think this will be a problem or a challenge. Come on, let's start with questions. Easy questions. Roderick, art. Now, students, let me just tell you something very interesting here. Please hear me out. When I look at the code for RODRICK, what I observe is all the 4 options begin with 210. So what do? I ignore that part. Because if I am doing again R as 2 and O as 1 and D as 0, I am doing redundant work. Why am I doing redundant work? Because this is something that will not lead me to anything. So I should start with the 4th alphabet. Please understand this trick. So the 4th alphabet, I get 2 for R and I check I as 7. So I'll go with C option because my 4th and the 5th are 2 and 7. Is this okay, students? So you got to be smart. You got to be very sure about what you want in terms of exact values. What you will work out so that you're not doing any redundant work. You're not doing any redundant work. Please don't do redundant work. कईयों को अच्छा लगता है सॉल्व करना. मैं सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ, मैं सॉल्व कर रही हूँ, मुझे सही आंसर मिल रहा है. Please don't do that. I told you 4 steps, 4 skills: speed, accuracy, knowledge, common sense. So please ignore all the redundant work. But again, this question, if you look at this, first 5 alphabets Y, D, C, D, K. Why I have taken up these questions is to give you an insight into what is relevant and what is irrelevant. So 30605 I will not do. I begin with 8. 8 is U. So I got 3 options U. Then 9. 9 is Q. UQ. UQ. I got only A option. That's it. So no need to do. So this will take you 5-10 seconds. But if you start looking for replacement alphabet for each number or for each alphabet, then you're gone. It is too much of a wastage of time. Please understand, if you save time, you can spend it in reading comprehension, in puzzles, in other questions in math. So don't waste. Okay. These categories of questions are not very uncommon. If blue means green, green means yellow, Please understand logical reasoning. The only thing you and I need to understand is whenever and wherever you have something, I would say, less relevant, it will be in the context of the question or inputs provided. What is the color of human blood? Human blood is red in color. What means red? What will give you red? White will give you red. So my answer is white, not red here. So don't think, because I have to choose red from in accordance to the code. Code says white. So white means red. So red is a color. For example, which one is red as pets? Which one is red as pets? So pet is dog. Dog is called what? Lion. The answer is lion. Easy question. Okay. How about this one? In a language, 1 is called 2, 2 is called 3, 3 is called 4, 4 is called 5, and 5 is called 6. What is the square of number 2? Square of number 2 is 4, but 4 is called 5. So my answer is 5. So all this is very simple. 5, absolutely. Again, similar. What would an organism breathe in? Organism would breathe in air. Aries means air. Aries. What is the color of grass? Grass is green in color. What is called green? Air is called green. Air is called green. But what is green called? Green is called red. So what will be the answer? Red. What is green called? Red. Okay, sea is deep. Now this is again, sea is deep. Now in this case, students, I will be smart enough. I'll just compare the first and the third statement. Don't do redundant work. What is common between the first and the third statement? SEA, sea. And what is common? 2. So my answer is 2. That's all. Don't compare it with the second statement. Uh, is 1 not required? जो नहीं required वो नहीं करेंगे. Okay, जैसे इन्होंने सब कुछ redundant explain कर रखा है. Not required. Be smart. Certain code, a language. If sunshine is coded as TV, TS is T, U is V, N is O, S
B
is T.
B.
Yeah, so +1. Moon, N, P P O, NPPO, +1. And wrong is coded as. Now here interesting. First alphabet W becomes the last. Second becomes the second last. Third becomes the third, and so on. So what we have done, we've just written it in the reverse order. So right will be written as THGIR. THIGR. Is this okay? THGIR. Sorry, not THGIR, not
Sir, it
IGR.
should be none of them.
या सो उसमें प्रिंटिंग एरर है THGIR, यहाँ करेक्शन किया है. ठीक है, आप नन ऑफ दिस कर रहे हैं, वो बिल्कुल सही है. अगर आप, बट आंसर इज THGIR. वो टाइपो एरर हो गया था एक्चुअली, मेरे से मिस हो गया, मैंने करेक्ट नहीं करा. ओके, लेट्स डू क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11 क्या कहता? स्टूडेंट्स आप ध्यान से देखिए. स्नो इज कॉल्ड, व्हाट इज स्नो कॉल्ड? व्हाट वैल्यू? Snow is called 7100. Wall will be coded as. Snow is coded as 7100. How will you code? Wall. How will you code? Wall. This is the question. If you look at the values here, I told you each or T. T is 20, so 19. O is 15, so this is 14. O is 15. UVWX 20. When I add them, students, I get 71. Now 71 is written as 7100. It is like 71 rupees converted in 71 in terms of prices. So W is 23 plus 1 24. L is 12
1400.
plus 12. The answer is 4800. Is this okay? Simple logic, nothing technical about these kind of questions, but you'll be surprised to know that this is the kind of questions you'll be asked. 4800. Now, mouse is coded at PNUFT. How will you code clock? How will you code clock? Mouse is coded as PNUFT. Mouse is coded as PNUFT. Mouse is coded as PNUFT. PNUFT. A very
Sir, a
interesting.
gap of 1 is there.
It shifts here with +1. It shifts here with +1. This remains same, the center. O comes here +1. E +1. Crisscross game. So, what is clock? How will you code clock? C +1 will come here D. L +1 will be M. O shall remain as it is. K will become L and C shall become D. Is this okay? Are you following the logic, students? All right. So this is exactly what was done. It was done in this question. So this is just a quick. All right. Next question. Batman is now. This is simple. Again, the same code. R equals to 19. Ron equals to 50. Then what does fonts will become equal to? Fonts. R is 19. 19. R का otherwise code क्या है? R का otherwise code क्या है? What is the code for
18.
R? 18. Perfect. And if I add RON, 18 plus 15 plus 14, I get 47. So I find a very interesting conclusion here that each of them has been increased by 1. R is 19, O is 16, N is 15. Then I get 50. So I apply the same logic here. Fonts. F otherwise is 6, I make it 7. O is 15, I make it 16. N is 14, I make it 15. T is 20, I make it 21. S is 19, I make it 20. So I add them. What will I get? I get 79. Is that okay? Yes or no? So this is exactly what is done. One of my only learnings in coding decoding is just follow the basic steps as used by these people who are solving those questions. Okay. Question number 15. This is easy. Any is 40. A1, N 14, 15, and Y 25, 40. Many, you got an M in front, that's 13. So maniac, so just give that corresponding value. You will get 41. That's not a problem. Let's talk about question number 16. Very interesting. Students, after this assignment, I shall also be sharing one more practice assignment for coding and decoding. और आप में से कुछ लोग जो कल present नहीं थे, there was certain very important work you had in the college. There were companies that had to visit, a lot of things you were doing. So my request is I shared 2 websites. There are 20 such websites. So don't worry about content. I have heard this word content from teachers immemorial. Teachers ने कई बार अपना काम खुद खराब किया है unfortunately. आज मैं आपको बताऊं 21st सेंचुरी में कंटेंट की कमी नहीं है. आप खान स्टडीज देख ले, आप कोर्सेरा देख ले, आप EDX देख ले, खजाना है, encyclopedias है. So content is no more a discussion topic. What to study is a discussion topic. How to study is a discussion topic. So students, yesterday I shared 2 websites. I'm sharing it again in the chat box. Those of you who missed out yesterday, whatever topics we are covering, you will go on these websites to do extensive practice. आपको किसी के का मोहताज नहीं होना है इस चीज के लिए कि मैं क्या प्रैक्टिस करूं, कैसे होगा, right? You can go on these websites. There are many more. I don't want to confuse you. We refer to at least 20 websites for content. मैं अपने टीम के मेंबर्स जब मुझे कंटेंट की दुहाई देते हैं तो मैं उनको कहता हूं कि आपको कितना कंटेंट चाहिए, आप मेरे से ले लो, सब अवेलेबल है ऑनलाइन फॉर फ्री, यू डोंट हैव टू रजिस्टर योरसेल्फ। ऑफ कोर्स दे हैव पेड वर्जन, वी आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड, व्हाई शुड वी वेस्ट मनी फॉर समथिंग व्हिच इज अवेलेबल। उन्होंने भी सोचकर कुछ सर्टेन बेसिक सेगमेंट फ्री में रखा है। एग्जाम वेदा के बारे में मुझे इसलिए पता है, आई वाज ऑन देयर एडवाइजरी पैनल फॉर मेनी मेनी इयर्स। It was started by one of my friends, so I know about exam veda. Smart Pida is a good option for practice. तो आप उन वेबसाइट्स पर जाएंगे, कोडिंग डिकोडिंग के क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस करेंगे। Okay, how about question number 16, student? Now here, if you observe, what has happened is vowels are replaced by numbers. Consonants remain as it is. Consonants remain as it is. A is the first vowel, so the equivalent code is 1. E is the second one. I is the third one. So instead of I, acid ka I is 3 and D is as it is. Hamper, A is 1 and E is 2. Then how will Bombay be written? B, O is the fourth vowel. So B4, M, B, 1, Y. That's option A. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Now, I mean, this is an easy question. I am not interested in discussing. You've done it enough. Okay. How is pig written in this code? Horses are pigs. What is the code for R? Yes, please.
18.
Okay. R, in fact, you don't require. So, what is the code for pig here, students? Quickly. I don't think you require my intervention here.
Mit. It's mit. It says mit.
Of course. MIT. Students, this particular assignment that we are discussing today in the class will also be shared with you. So MIT means pig. Pig. Pigs are large horses, is written as MIT P. You can solve it once we share it. I don't think it will require. Okay, this is interesting. Now, something very interesting. Actually, there is a typo error. That's why I want to. Actually, the question is cap is written as 61, not 66. Make the corrections, please. Cap is written as 61. How will you write? Pen. Is it pen? Okay. How will you write pen? Cap is written as 61. How will you write pen? This is your question. Now what happens? What should be? I'm not interested in the answer. I'm interested how you will tackle these kind of situations that it comes. Now, if I look at their values, students, I get 3, 1, P16. Now, 61 looks to be a prime number. Okay. I add them, I only get 20. Even if I multiply it by 3, I'm not getting 61. I'm getting 60. Now, when nothing is working, one of you might say, okay, and I add the middle term also. That is okay. That is one way of getting somehow reaching to 61. Let's look at other logic also. Let's look at other possibilities. So, what happens when I look at all the possibility, it doesn't work out. For once, I look at the reverse code. Now, how are we calculating reverse force? Now, C is 3. Kindly hear me out. How do I calculate its reverse value? Students, reverse value is calculated as,
24.
yeah, it is n plus 1. What does n here signify? N signifies number of alphabets in one row when you arrange them. So here it is 26. So 27 minus 3 is 24. So the equivalent for C is 24. Equivalent for A is 26. And P was 16, so it will become 11. Now, what I noticed now, this is actually adding to 61. When I add the reverse value, so if I look at the reverse value of P, why I get 11? Because it has a value 16. So 26 minus 16 is 11. Sorry, 27 minus,
46 answer.
yeah, E will become 22 and N shall become 13. When I add them, I get 46. Have you understood, students? Now, how do we calculate their equivalent value? One of the concepts was to write A to M and N to Z in reverse order. And I also shared with you Ichoti to make you remember their numerical values 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. This becomes important. So from here, I know after O, I've got P. So P is 16. So how do I get 11 students? 16 is basically 27 minus 16. It's 26 plus 1 minus the value. Now, why it is plus 1, I'll explain it to you. So for example, E is 5. So this will be 27 minus 10. This is 14. So 27 minus 14. Is this okay? All of you? Now, why do we get this? Let me just explain this out. Now, suppose there are 7 students in A, B, C, D. Just let's assume linearly. They are given these terms. A is number 1 from front, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Rank from top. Rank from, this is number 1. Now, what will be the ranks from bottom? Please understand. What will be the ranks from bottom? Now, G will be 1, F will be 2, E shall be 3, E will be 4, C shall be 5, B will be 6, and A shall be 7. Which means if I have to calculate, let's say D is the rank. Now the rank is 4th. So there are 7 people, it should be 3rd. No. एक वो पुराना सॉन्ग था, तीतर के दो आगे तीतर, तीतर के दो पीछे तीतर. तो वही स्टोरी है यहाँ. So this will become n plus 1, 7 plus 1, 8 minus 4. So it becomes D has 4 on both sides. Are you getting the logic? That's why it's plus 1. When we discuss this topic, I will come across this again. So let's go back to our assignment and quickly. So this was 46. Okay, now solve this question quickly. I want you to solve a few questions. Students, some exigence. It is decided 9:30 to 11 in the morning and 30 to 5 afternoon. final for next week. The entire 54 ripe in that code will be 9. Ripe will be 9. Absolutely correct. Why? 743 mango food.
Recording in
Good.
progress.
What's the code for good? 7. Now, but that doesn't help. Good will not help you. What do I want? I want mangoes are. Mangoes are. What is common between the first and the third? 3 and 4. We don't know which is what. Mangoes are. But we can find out what is left. Ripe will become, because 3 and 4 is common, so 9. 9. 3 and 4 is common for mangoes and are. Okay. 247 means spread red carpets. One red carpet. So what is the code for? What does dust mean? DUS to dust. One carpet. So carpet code is 2. Carpet code is 2. Okay. And 1 code is 1. What is the code? Red is 4. So logically it should be 3. Typo error हो गया है. ये 236 होना चाहिए. So dust will become 253 होना चाहिए था सेकंड स्टेटमेंट. वो टाइपो एरर है यहाँ. 253 कर लें इसको. ठीक है. You will get dust as well. Okay. SEE. I think you'll be able to solve these questions. I'll ask you some interesting questions. Don't worry. That's why I'm trying to rush through. I'll ask you a few very interesting questions. Yes, please. Question number 23. I want your contributions, your answers. I want, yeah, okay. Many of you are telling me that, giving me the answers. Many of you are giving me the answers. Yes, please. Good is 4. Pictures is 7. 8 is for C. Okay, great. Most of you said 8. Yes, please. P is S minus 1. S is T plus 1. S is R minus 1. N is O plus 1. O is N. So G will become F, Q shall become R, F shall become E, D shall become E. So minus 1 plus 1, minus 1 plus 1. Freedom. 25th. minus 3 minus 3. So it will become E will become B, U shall become R, L shall become I, G shall become D, and H shall become E. That's option 2. Right. Option 2. Most of you got it correct. All right. That brings us to the last question from this assignment. The reason why I rushed through was I wanted to do more questions, interesting questions, so that you feel empowered. Coding, decoding questions. Yes, please.
Sir, option A. So option B, sorry.
B होगा सर.
B
B,
hoga.
option B.
Yeah. Priyanka, it's option B. Okay, students, very quickly, let me give you interesting questions. Avinash Kumar, mute yourself. Avinash Kumar, kindly mute yourself. Avinash Kumar, thank you. Kindly only unmute when you are wanting to speak, and then you can always put yourself back on mute. All right, students, very quickly, let me give you the okay. So I shall give you some interesting questions now. 4 questions to be precise. All right. It's a part of one of the workshops that I did the other day. I thought I got some interesting questions. So I thought I shall take it up when am I doing coding, decoding. Can you all see the question? Now this is the real test. You have to solve these questions. Take your time. I want your inputs. Strikeouts. Strikeouts. Yes, please. Very good. Few of you started participating.
Option B.
Very few of you
और है इसमें सारे सेंटेंसेस आउट सिर्फ एक ही लाइन में है, तो सो जो अकेला वर्ड है वो आउट है,
करेक्ट
ओपीएस आउट है, उसके अलावा कहीं रिपीटेड नहीं है,
करेक्ट।
तो ए एंड बी में से है, उसके बाद हम करेंगे।
उसके बाद आगे सॉल्व करेंगे। एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट, वेरी स्मार्टली पॉइंटेड आउट। दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट आई वांटेड यू टू अंडरस्टैंड। लुक एट द क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन इज स्ट्राइक एंड आउट। स्ट्राइक मैंने देखा बहुत जल्दी, स्ट्राइक एक जगह और स्ट्राइक भी और कहीं है, कहीं भी नहीं है। स्ट्राइक भी कहीं नहीं है और
सर
आउट
डी
भी
में है, स्ट्राइक डी में है।
सिर्फ डी में है, तो आउट भी सिर्फ बी में है।
हाँ
तो मैंने क्या किया, एफ एच एफ ए जी यू एल जो भी कॉमन चीजें, एफ ओ टी हट गया, तो एस ए एम निकल गया मेरा स्ट्राइक का, और ओपीएस मेरा निकल गया
आउट।
ओपीएस। आप ध्यान से देखिए, आपको क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने की जरूरत नहीं थी, आप ओरली इसको कर सकते थे। प्लीज ध्यान से सुने।
सर दोनों का होना सर दोनों।
यस, हाउ कैन यू डू दिस ओरली? आप ध्यान से सुने एक बार फिर से मेरी बात। मैंने ये देखा स्ट्राइक और आउट चाहिए मुझे, स्ट्राइक कहीं भी कॉमन नहीं है, स्ट्राइक फोर्थ सेंटेंस में। फोर्थ सेंटेंस में जब मैं देखता हूं तो मुझे ऐसा वर्ड चाहिए जो कि कहीं भी नजर ना आए। एफ पहले मैंने चेक किया, एच एफ ए, अरे एच एफ ए तो थर्ड में भी, चलो ये नहीं हो सकता। जी यू एल भी ऊपर है, एफ ओ टी फर्स्ट में भी है, तो मेरा एस ए एम निकल गया स्ट्राइक का। उसी लॉजिक से आउट का ओपीएस निकल। इज दिस ओके?
यस सर।
ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। आप जितने टफ क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर लेंगे उतने बेनिफिट में रहेंगे। Which of the following codes could be a possible code for packed goods? Packed goods. Again, action common है,
सर डी।
packed goods
डी है सर।
बिल्कुल डी है। जियो ए एन डब्ल्यू, वाई?
सर जियो कहीं रिपीट नहीं हो रहा है,
कहीं रिपीट नहीं है जियो।
एंड पैक्ड का जियो है तो ए एंड बी नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि फर्स्ट पे आ रहा है जियो, सो डी होगा।
जियो के साथ गुड्स, गुड्स कहाँ कहाँ है?
सर गुड्स निकालने की जरूरत ही नहीं है ना इसमें, हमने जियो देख लिया रिपीट हो रहा है, सो अब जियो है ए बी एंड डी में, बट हमें पैक का जियो मिला है तो वो फर्स्ट पोजीशन पे ही आना चाहिए जियो, तो डी में ही आ रहा है फर्स्ट पोजीशन में।
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, फर्स्ट पोजीशन पे आना चाहिए, ऐसा कुछ नहीं।
तो
सॉरी,
इसमें
ऐसा कोई ये रूल नहीं है।
सर पैक्ड और उसका
नहीं,
ऑर्डर
ऑर्डर
मैटर नहीं करेगा।
नहीं, ऑर्डर मैटर करता है तो अंदर भी मैटर करता है ना।
पर वर्ड का एक ही मीनिंग है ना, मैं क्या।
हाँ, दैट्स ओके, पर ऑर्डर नहीं होता, सेंटेंस कोडिंग में ऑर्डर नहीं होता।
सर ऐसे एनयूएल नल भी पहले सेंटेंस में, बट वो बाकी कहीं रिपीट नहीं हुआ है।
करेक्ट, एब्सोल्यूट, दैट्स इट। और अदरवाइज अगर आप देखें तो
सर
जियो
नल फर्स्ट और थर्ड सेंटेंस में रिपीट हो रहा है।
हो रहा है
कौन
सर,
सा?
नल हो रहा है रिपीट।
हाँ तो ठीक है ना, नल क्यों लेंगे हम? नल रिपीट हो रहा है, देखिए जियो ले लिया, जियो कहीं रिपीट नहीं हो रहा था, दैट इज फॉर फैक्ट। गुड्स तो है ही नहीं यहाँ पर।
है ही नहीं,
सर,
तो
good-
जो
sir,
नेम
good
मेंशन
यूनिक वर्ड है ना सर, इसमें है
अलावा
नहीं
कुछ भी हो
तो
सकता है।
अलग है
Unique word है
word, तो
सर।
इसके साथ चलेंगे हम
वो
सिर्फ।
नहीं है वो ले लेंगे। यहाँ पे VIS है, हाँ है, यहाँ पे एनुअल है, हाँ है, तो जियो के साथ जो चीज नहीं है वही कोड हम ले लेंगे, ANW बस, बिकॉज गुड्स के लिए कोई कोड है नहीं यहाँ पर। तो व्हाट, विच इज द न्यू वन? ANW, ड्रामा नाइट्स। अब बताएं, इसलिए मैंने ये आपको ऑप्शन दिया है, थोड़ा सा दिस विल क्रिएट सम इंटरेस्ट। यस, ड्रामा नाइट्स।
सर बी।
क्यों?
यस सर बी।
Why should it be B? What is the code for drama?
Sir, because the code for night is MEB.
नाइट का कोड क्या है?
MEB सर। और सर इसमें
ड्रामा का भी कोड है?
लेकिन सर
सर
इसमें
कैन नॉट बी
ऑप्शन में
डिफाइंड होगा
सर
क्योंकि JIO
सर
का भी
कैन नॉट
कुछ
बी
नहीं है ना
डिटरमाइंड
कहीं
सर।
पे।
करेक्ट
सर ये
आंसर
पूरी
विल
दे
बी
ही नहीं रखा है कहीं।
आंसर विल बी कैन नॉट बी डिटरमिन्ड।
यस सर।
आप सोचेंगे कैसे है ये। इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लें आप प्लीज। आप स्क्रीनशॉट ले लें 17 से पहले। 17 का लें क्योंकि ये अलग असाइनमेंट का एक टुकड़ा है सिर्फ, तो ये मैं शेयर नहीं करूंगा बिकॉज इसमें बहुत सारे टॉपिक मर्ज। 18 का स्क्रीनशॉट ले लें, 19 का स्क्रीनशॉट ले लें, कैन नॉट बी डिटरमिन्ड होगा। और अब लास्ट क्वेश्चन।
तो 17 क्वेश्चन दिखाइए ना।
ठीक है,
सर आउट स्टार।
यस प्लीज, आई एम वेटिंग।
ऑप्शन सी सर।
या एब्सोल्युटली
ऑप्शन सी सर।
आउट स्टार सर।
आउट स्टार। जिनको नहीं मिला आप एक बार घर पे सॉल्व करेंगे, हॉस्टल में सॉल्व करेंगे इसका। एक बार आप स्क्रीनशॉट ले लें प्लीज। क्वेश्चन नंबर 20। एक्सेलेंट। अब मैं कुछ क्वेश्चंस आपको और कराऊंगा एक्स्ट्रा। ओके, yes please speak nicely to all. Again similar sentence coding. This is again from a mixed exercise, so you can take a screenshot. You can take a
RE
screenshot.
RE
What will be the code for lesson?
RE सर।
RE सर।
RE. Okay.
MA सर।
MA सर।
MA सर।
ऑप्शन सी।
MA बिल्कुल सही जवाब। देखिए कोडिंग लॉजिकल रीजनिंग के साथ और मैथ के साथ एक खास बात है। अगर आपने टेक्निक सीख लिया, उसकी बेसिक लॉजिक सीख ली, आपको सॉल्व करने में बहुत मजा आएगा। यू विल हैव अ ग्रेट टाइम। यस प्लीज। What would be the code for speak to me? Yes, please. Can you see the screen? You can take a screenshot, all of you, because these are all mixed assignments, questions from mixed assignments.
Sir,
The
D.
D
D, sir,
option.
D.
D option.
Very good. Manvi, you're correct. काकूलो बिल्कुल सही जवाब. Next question. Yes, what would be the code for human speech?
B, sir.
Sir, B option.
Sir, B option. Gupo.
Yes, please.
Sir,
Can
option
you
B.
hear me?
Sir, B.
B,
D,
sir.
sir.
Sir,
B,
B
sir.
option. B, sir.
Last question from this series. Last question from this series.
Sir, 2.
Sir,
B, sir. F, O.
No.
C.
Two.
Sir, 2,
Two.
2. C.
T-O.
C.
Two.
C, sir.
C, sir.
Take a screenshot. Those of you who were not able to solve it, take a screenshot quickly from first question. Just the question. Okay. First question. Take the screenshot. Take the screenshot. You will practice it later. First question. Second question. Take a screenshot. Third question. Quickly take a screenshot. TO is absolutely correct, Mahendra. Fourth question. Fifth question. All right, let me give you new questions now. Okay, what will be the code here? This is more number series, but what will be the code? Yes, please.
Sir, BB.
BB.
yes, sir. B, B.
Why?
Sir, because O and T is at the difference of 5 and O and F are on the difference of -10
My
and
ten?
सर मैंने पता क्या कैसे किया जैसे O का हमारा
कैसे है?
उसके
सर
बाद
O का
माइनस
जैसे 15 होता है उन्हें ऐड कर दिया और O से हमारा आ गया F क्योंकि ओ का ऐड करने पे 15 को 1 + 5 6 हो जाएगा। ऐसे टी को हमने ऐड किया, 20 होता है, 20 को ऐड किया 2 + 0 तो 2 का 2 मीन्स बी। ये लॉजिक लगाया मैंने सर।
सर
क्या
आर
P -5 -14 -11. 5 after 5.
This is called absurd logic. First alphabet of the numbers have been taken. O is W. O is for 1, first alphabet. T for 2, second. 3 का T, 4 का F, 5 का F, so 6 का S and 7 ka S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is nothing but, so of course, then we can have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday also. इसमें क्या लॉजिक आप लगा सकते हो? अब कई बार इस तरह के, तो आपको, this is what we call as think out of the box. This will be Saturday and Sunday, or let's say January, February, March, April. तो क्या होगा? May, June, MJ. So these kind, I'm not saying these are rarest of rare situations, but all I'm saying is, please understand one thing: in coding and decoding, the only thing constant, the only thing common is that you have to stay alert and you have to ensure that you are trying to get to the logic. Okay, now let me quickly ask you last set of questions. Last set of questions. Okay, before I give you from the assignment, I suddenly remembered a question. So, zebra is coded as what should come here?
Sir, I.
Sir, why?
Sir, why?
Sir,
Yeah.
I.
Why
Sir,
is
why? Sir,
why
वो
is
उसका
Sir,
रैंक
reverse
अपोजिट
coding
निकाल
के,
-1।
हाँ, reverse coding के according.
correct? कुछ भी हो सकता है. I mean, you have to stay alert. For example, एक बार मैंने ये देखा HAT hat, ठीक है? hat is equal to 28. How will you code rat? अब यहाँ पर स्टूडेंट्स प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड ऑप्शंस बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाते हैं. वन ऑप्शन इज
सर 38 ही है.
सर 38.
38 ही है सर.
38
अब
सर.
इसको आप दो लॉजिक से सॉल्व कर सकते थे. एक क्या था, यू ऐड देम. व्हाट इज दिस? 8 plus 1 9 plus 20 29 minus 1 28. So here 8 18 plus 1 19 plus 20 39 minus 1 38. The other logic could have been 8 into 1 8 plus 20 28. R is 18 into 1 18 plus 20 38. तो कई बार सेम लॉजिक से सेम आंसर मिलता है. But if I change it here, it was a coincidence because I had A. For example, let me take up another example. Suppose I say B U S is equal to 61. How will you code pot? How will you code pots? Last question. Yes, please.
सर 260.
Now, if you look at this, this is 2 and U is 21. 42 plus 19. So first and second is multiplied. So P is 16. O
16.
is 15 and T is 20. So 240 in plus 20, 260. So the logic has to be arrived. I mean, basically in coding, decoding, you'll never find a challenge if you can crack the exact logic. Students, thank you so much. You've been amazingly patient audience. From the core of my heart, I would like to thank each one of you. And of course, the teachers who made this possible. Thank you so much. We again meet at 3:30 with our number system, shortcuts, and discussion of the assignment that remains pending. Thank you so much, students. Thanks a lot.
थैंक यू सर.
Thank you.